What's up, Ram fam? So, I want to drop this quick video to just put it out there on some things that I would like for us to talk about. And the subject of it all is, why does the messenger matter? Or does the messenger matter? So, I did a video previously speaking on quote unquote Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and her appearance on both Cam Newton's YouTube channel as well as Nick Cannon's YouTube channel. Well, if you see my video, you know what my feelings are about her behaviors, her credentialing, and then there's been some things that have come out from someone else's channel since then. Cam Newton has had another woman on his show who goes by the name of Doctor. This person does not have a doctorate degree. She admits this on his show. However, in the comments, a lot of people are still talking about the validity of the information that is being shared. So whether it's Dr. Bryant or if it's this person, Dr. Sarah, this other person's YouTube channel, I'm gonna just go ahead and shout him out because I like the content. I think it's called House of Hypocrites. He's talking about just because a person is pretty, does that mean that you're supposed to negate the bull crap? The bull crap definitely is one being you are not a doctor, so why are you calling yourself a doctor? Does the messenger matter? So I want to talk about that. I would like for us in that same spirit. I want to go back to the time when Monique was the messenger. When Monique talked about her and Bill Cosby, because I have several notes here. So when Monique and Bill Cosby were talking about the way we appear in public, how we dress, that we need to take better pride in that, and how to say something to each other. We're supposed to be a community. We should be able to hold each other accountable, and that's not right. That's not good, right? To come out in public with your shower caps and your pajamas, house shoes, and all that stuff. When she was the messenger, people didn't like that. People had something to say. People didn't like when Bill Cosby had to say something about it. But the work that Bill Cosby did was worth something. But once the man started to take Bill Cosby down, everyone wanted to come back out and start talking about all of the work that Bill Cosby did. Now, of course, I am not saying two things cannot be true. I am simply talking about like the message. Is the messenger important? Why don't we listen? All right? So bringing it up to today in the same sphere, we got Dr. Umar Johnson, who's also talking about holding our community accountable, as is Keith Lee. I did not know much about Keith Lee, but just because he's also talking about food, he's reviewing food and restaurants, at the end of it all, he is still also talking about holding our community and our people responsible. We can't be going out here talking about the food is good or getting all upset when your customer service isn't that good. When you gotta be somebody in order to get into the restaurant. And when he gives good reviews, I'm not gonna say it's all the time, but when he gives good reviews, he donates funds to particular restaurants so that they can keep their doors open, so that he could feed the poor, which I saw him do in DC with the Southeast restaurant. So the messenger again, Monique again, she was the messenger talking about the inequality of pay that women are getting. And it wasn't until other people chimed in, other people like Wanda Sykes, then Cat Williams at the beginning of the year co-signed on what she said. Cat Williams, then I saw Carlos Miller said something, and Taraji said something. And just because Taraji was crying, does that make it better than when Monique said it? Again, Monique was on the forefront of things, but people don't want to listen to Monique. And if you saw Monique on Shannon Sharp's show and Carlos Miller on Shannon Sharp's show, how Carlos was saying she's not difficult, she just don't take a lot of mess. There's a difference in those two. And should your message now be killed because people don't like you and because you advocate and stand up for yourself? Monique been talking about the inequality of pay. Now, though most of these other people who I listed were also comedians, that's a message all of in its own as well. Do comedians get less pay? Do black people get less pay? Do women get less pay? All of these things Monique was talking about and people wasn't trying to hear it. That's what I would like us to talk about. And then one more. Monique was a person who was talking about accepting a good man, learning how to appreciate the good man that God has sent to you, learning how women have to step back and let the man lead. She talked about this a long time ago on her podcast. And she has said this on other people's shows since then. I've heard this story a couple of times. Then recently on Shannon Sharp, Miss Pat was on there. And Miss Pat is pretty much saying the same thing. These women did not really know what love looked like, how to love a man, how to let a man lead, how to let a man be. Why is the message different when it was Monique? Now, I do not really know if Miss Pat has been getting any flack for her saying the same thing. I'm just going back to the messenger. And then both of them be cussing their behinds off. They are real raw in their messaging. But the point is, they've talked about things that they've learned. And are we not today talking about the fact that women do demasculating men, that women do not provide safe spaces for men to talk, that men do not feel safe showing their emotions, that women are out here trying to be so independent. They want the bag too. All these things are still being said, but when Monique was talking about this, and Monique is displaying this, people are bashing her. People are questioning her husband. There's just so much that people have to say. So I would like for us to chop it all up about all these topics here. Is it the messenger? Why does the messenger matter? And does the messenger matter? If a message is good, a message is good. But also, should everyone be able to deliver us a message? If a person is going to represent themselves as a credentialed person when they are not, do we still take the message because it may or may not be good? Let me know.